Well, hey, mompreneurs. Today, I want to start out with this statement. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. And the harder you work for something, the greater you'll feel when you accomplish it. So today, I want to share a story that I actually came across as I was just scrolling through photos in my phone for one of my kids' birthdays. And I came across this post that I had made. And it's about the power of one goal, how focusing on just one thing can push us to grow, to challenge ourselves, and ultimately experience joy like never before. So if you've been feeling stuck or overwhelmed as you move into this year with some goals, this one is for you. So let's dive in. Welcome to Remix Moments with Martine, where we will remix your mindset one moment at a time. I'm your host, Martine Williams, and I'm here to bring you a quick burst of inspiration, insight, and a fresh spin on your mompreneur journey. In just a few minutes, we'll remix your mindset, energize your day, and keep you moving forward with purpose. Let's dive in to today's moment. So when I came across this photo, it really just took me back to that time. And it was in March of 2017. I decided that I was going to do my very first Rugged Maniac race. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with a Rugged Maniac, but it's about a 3.5 mile race with all kinds of obstacles. There's lots of mud involved. And first of all, I'm not a runner. Second of all, I had never done anything like this before, but my local gym that I was a member of was doing this as a group. And I'm a team player. And so I thought, okay, I want to just try it. I had never done really any type of 3K, 5K. I just had never done anything like this before. And I thought this could be fun to challenge myself. And I remember being so nervous about all the things. Could I make it to the finish line? Because I wasn't a runner. And honestly, that was the only goal that year, was to just make it to the finish line. I didn't care how long it took me. I didn't care if I had to stop running, if I had to walk some of it, if I skipped an obstacle. I just wanted to make it to the finish line. And I did make it to the finish line, but I did fall while doing one of the obstacles. And it was the obstacle with the rings to make it across, all the way across, one ring at a time. And I had done gymnastics before, so I thought this will just bring some of my gymnastic skills back out of me, but it didn't. And let me tell you, that fall stayed with me, not because of the failure itself, but because it just sparked something inside of me. And I made a decision that day, and I set a goal that the next year, not only was I coming back to the race, but I was going to make it across those rings. And that one goal became my anchor. It wasn't just about the rings for me. It was about showing up, doing the work, and proving to myself that I could overcome a challenge. There is a saying that I love that I said earlier, and I want to say it again so you can hear it. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. And this goal challenged me, and it kept me accountable all year long. Honestly, I showed up even when it was hard, even when I doubted myself. I focused on the progress, not the perfection. And being number one or in the top, whether it's professionally or personally, that's never really been a focus of mine. My ultimate goal has always been to be better today than I was yesterday. And this goal gave me the motivation to push myself just a little more every day. And so here is what I learned. The harder you work for something, the greater the joy you'll feel when you accomplish it. There's no shortcut to that kind of fulfillment. For you to have earned that, to have put in the reps and put in the time, and you can take this to any goal that you have for 2025. Or maybe think back to 2024 and the goal that you did accomplish at the end of the year. The victory is just so much sweeter, right? When you put in the reps, when you put in the time, when you put in the focus, and when you had to overcome your own resistance emotionally to the uncomfortable, right? There were things I needed to do in the gym to prepare for this. There were things that I needed to focus on, my grip strength. I've never really focused on grip strength before. It was all about the biceps and the legs and all of those things. And so there's just no shortcut to that kind of fulfillment when you have put in the work every single day or every week, and then you see yourself break through that challenge. And so honestly, as that next year's race approached, I'll be honest, like I still have my doubts. I was going through the race and I was watching others fall around me as I got to the rings. I remember getting to the rings and it was almost like one of those like Olympic moments where they take the deep breath and they're looking at it and they're visualizing themselves in the routine. And then, I mean, this is all happening simultaneously as I'm watching other people fall around me. And I wondered, could I really make it? Could I really make it across? Like, even after all the training and all the preparation that I did, I still had that doubt. Could I really make it? But I didn't let myself think too far ahead. I remember focusing on one thing, the next ring, just the next ring in front of me, not the whole set, not all the way to the finish line, but just the next ring, the next step. And one by one, I made my way across. And here is the life lesson. Hey, friend, can I give you permission today? Like, for real, your own permission slip. Permission to get clear, to cut out the noise, mostly the noise that is going on around in your own mind, in your own head. It's just swirling. And you're asking yourself questions like, why am I stuck? Why am I frustrated? Why am I not making progress on my goals? I want to invite you to a free clarity call with me where we're going to dive in and we're going to identify what are the three main issues that are keeping you stuck. Number two, what are the mindsets around those issues that are actually keeping you from solving for those issues? It's not our skill sets, it's our mindsets that keep us stuck and hold us back. And then number three, identifying what are your next steps. We all have a next step and we have 100% responsibility for those next steps. Your only next step right now is to go to the show notes and book your free clarity call so that we can work through this. I'm believing in you and I cannot wait to see you on our clarity call. When you're chasing a goal, don't get overwhelmed by the entire journey. Focus on your next steps. Take one step, one ring at a time. And this is kind of a focus when I'm working with my one-on-one clients. And it's something that I see all the time with women is we want to do it all well. We want to focus on all the key areas of our life. And so we set these big, audacious goals for the year, and they involve like 10 different areas of our life instead of focusing on the one thing that could potentially have the domino effect on maybe on the 9 other areas. And so one of the exercises or processes that I walk my clients through is a life audit. And we really do take intentional time to look at these 10 key areas of their life so that when they set goals, they're set with intention. And they realize like there's probably just this one area, this one key priority. If I focused on that and set some small actionable actions to take every single day, if I focus in on that, that could help me get all the way across to the finish line. That could help me like really knock down some of the other dominoes. Like one of the key areas is physical health. So if you just focused on physical health, like intently on the actions and the mindsets that's going to be required to grow in your physical health, that's going to have an impact on your mental health. That's going to have an impact on your relationships. That's going to have an impact on your finances. Because if you're burned out, and you're not in good physical health, it's really hard for you to show up well in your business. So that's just one of the many processes that I walk my clients through, but this story kind of illustrates that. And so another lesson that I learned again, this is all happening in a very short amount of time as I'm trying to work my way across the rings, was don't let distractions derail you. So when I got to like the last few rings, I was more than halfway across. And of course I'm feeling like this is going to happen. I'm going to do it. Like this is happening. But I noticed out of the corner of my eye, a photographer nearby, and he was across the rings, literally standing where I was going to be landing if I finished it. And for a split second, I thought about the picture that he might take. And then I caught myself and I thought, stay focused. Don't let this distract you. I didn't come this far to only make it this far. I mean, how disappointed would I have been to have made it all the way to the last ring and fall because I took my eyes off the goal? And isn't that just like life? Distractions are a part of the journey, friends. Like they just are. But we have to keep our eyes on the prize. So here's the takeaway for you. Eliminate as many distractions as you can and stay focused on finishing strong. So where are you finding distractions popping up for you? Is it your phone? Is it notifications on your computer, your email inbox? Like, what are the distractions that can easily take your eye off the prize? You have to be aware of those in order to eliminate those. So maybe this week, just spend some time noticing like when you're getting distracted, when you're getting busy versus being in business, when you're consuming versus creating, when you are avoiding the things in your business that you don't want to do, or avoiding hard conversations because you don't want to feel the negative emotions that those things bring upon you. Keep your eyes on the prize. And when I finally made it across, the joy that I felt, y'all, was just indescribable. And the picture of me, and they actually did take a photo of me. And I'm so glad that they captured that picture of me. You can see it on my face. It was just the most amazing thing to see that was the goal that I set. And I made it through to the other side. I worked hard for it and I achieved the goal. It wasn't about being the best or beating anyone else that was around me. It was about achieving something that I set out to do and proving to myself that I could do hard things. And now it's time to set a new goal. As soon as I got through with that, I set a new goal because that's what growth is all about, right? So it wasn't just about the rings for me the next year. The next year, it was running up the wall and getting, to that finish line and focusing on how I was going to do that of my own effort. And it's just really, I don't know if you could say the word fun, but it is fun in the end. And you can find fun in the challenge, especially if you like challenges. But if you're like, no, I wouldn't really call something that's a challenge fun, that's a mindset shift. Like, how can you just be curious about all the ways that you can achieve this challenge? How you can see this challenge as an opportunity to grow, not an opportunity to mess up and fail and fall short. So that's what growth is all about. And here's my challenge to you. Like, what's one goal that you can set today? Just one. Something that will challenge you, something that will change you and keep you focused. Write it down. Make it real. And then commit to taking the next step. Just one step at a time. You're looking way down the road, and that's all you're looking at is way down the road. You're probably going to give up. You're probably going to feel defeated because it seems so far away. But just look, just like I did, the next ring, the next step. And when you achieve that goal, don't forget to celebrate. Y'all, I celebrated probably for a month when I achieved that goal. So big or small, every win matters for you to celebrate. And every time you celebrate, it increases your chances, increases your opportunities to keep growing because you're seeing progress and you're making progress. Again, just like the first year, my goal was to just finish. I didn't know what all was involved. And then when I got to the rings, I'm like, oh, okay, this is going to be something specific I'm going to set the next year. So as you continue to focus on this, you might set a goal this year and then you might add on to it the following year. But I want you to be celebrating every win that you have, every step that you take, every ring that you cross or that you grab onto. So this is a short story, but I wanted to share with you. I hope it resonated with you. I'd love for you to come and talk with me on Instagram. I'm back at Martine31Williams. And if this episode was inspiring to you or resonated with you, it probably will resonate with your business bestie or a fellow mompreneur. So be sure to share these episodes with your people. Sharing is caring. And I also would love, while you're there, to leave the show a review, leave me a rating, and just remember that I am here. I'm believing in you always. And until next time, keep showing up, keep growing, and keep celebrating those wins. Well, that's it, friends, for this remix moment. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me. And I hope that you are feeling inspired and ready to take on whatever comes your way. Remember, even small moments can lead to big changes. If this moment made a difference, be sure to subscribe, share with your fellow moms, and leave me a quick review. Seriously, it means the world to me to hear from you. And until next time, I am believing in you, and I will catch you in the next moment.